We're at USA MedBed and we're looking at hospital beds. We're going to do an overview of hospital beds. What is a hospital bed? Different types of hospital beds. We're going to get into a lot of information about beds and then show you some of the most popular beds. Now, hospital bed technically is a twin XL in bed size, the specifications of a hospital bed. 36 by 80, sometimes 36 by 84 inch sleep surface. This is an actual hospital bed. This is probably here more of like a home care bed. And this is really popular with insurance. Now, we sell hospital grade beds and we also sell these types of beds as well, except these are really probably only going to come out if you're going up to a second or third floor and it's going to be really hard to get a regular sized bed in there. Now, one of the most popular beds we sell is the Hill Rom Progressa. And this is a bed that has features that include rotation, which I'll go to right here, where you can turn the person. The mattress actually, one side inflates, the other side of the mattress deflates, and you can determine how often they're going to turn. 1 minute, that's a testing thing, but we'll put that to something else. You can see it's really easy to use, and then we're just going to go back, and then we'll go to percussion vibration. Now, pulmonary is lungs, and the percussion vibration feature, basically what it's doing is it's thumping the upper respiratory system. And what it's doing is it's making, knocking fluid and helping to decongest the lungs. And this is a very specialized bed. And it sits also into a full chair position, which we'll show you over here. We're going to just go ahead and stop that. Yeah, we don't need that, but super easy to use buttons, chair position, boost. Just a really super high quality bed. These beds actually brand new are $82,000. We don't sell them anywhere near that, but that's what they cost brand new. The Hill Rom P1900 Totalcare Sport, that's on the right-hand side. That's the older version of the Progressa, which is on the left-hand side. And we've got both these beds right in front of each other, so you can really see they almost look exactly the same. But the Sport bed, basically came with a lot of hydraulics. It breaks down a lot. They stopped making them in 2015. It's not my favorite bed. Even for the video, our technicians have tagged this bed. It needs some type of repair done on it. I really don't even like to sell it. But if we sell that bed, we sell it in areas where we know we have service technicians, because even though it's a bed made by Hill Rom, they will not service their equipment if it's in home care. The Progressive bed, though, very reliable, and it's really nice because you can basically help a person out of bed. You can drop the rail down, slide them into a wheelchair, and you'll see that all the other beds sort of have a chair position, but these are really the only two beds made that really sit fully in a chair where your feet touch the ground. Now, the Hill Rom CareAssist bed is another great bed. This bed can be equipped with a foam or an air mattress, so you could buy the bed frame and then say, we're going to put an air system on here. We've got the Dolphin, which is a very popular air mattress system. We have this one set up with the Dolphin mattress. And then right next to it, the other CareAssist bed, we have this one set up with a foam mattress. And this bed also is a newer version bed. It's a used refurbished hospital bed. But basically, one of the questions people will ask, or one of the first questions we ask, is, how much time is a person in bed? Because that determines if it's foam or air. Now, if it's a person that's primarily always in bed and they're just getting out of bed to sit in a chair, they pretty much need an air mattress because they're always putting pressure on their tailbone and their pelvic area. So that really is what puts people at risk of getting a bed sore. Now, there's features in these air mattresses. Now, the beds we're looking at right now is the Hill Rom P3200 Versacare hospital bed. This bed also can come equipped with foam or air, but the air system is factory built into the bed. So this bed right here with the P500 mattress system is basically the best bed that money can buy, as far as just a really standard good bed with a basic air mattress system in it. Sits low to the ground, has a chair position. This is a really good bed. And then right next to it, it has the bed same frame with just a foam mattress. Now, low air loss, if you've heard that term, what that is the beds have air bladders, and these air bladders have little holes, and those holes release air, and that air circulates over the surface of the mattress, and it whisks away moisture from the skin, and it basically keeps the skin dry. Now, if there are bed sores or pressure wounds, then at that point, that air is going to help dry up bed sores, because bed sores have a lot of moisture around them. So that's a term you'll hear a lot, which is low air loss. And low air loss is only as good as the size of the pump and the amount of air flowing. So there's a lot of low price mattresses that have little tiny holes and little tiny pumps, and there's such a small amount of air circulating over it that if you're in bed full time, probably not going to get the job done. And like I said earlier, there's a difference between home care stuff and hospital grade stuff. And as you can see in this showroom here, which we have on display right now, is all of our hospital grade equipment. So, home care stuff, it might be okay if somebody's still up getting around. But, if you've gotten one of these beds over here from your insurance provider, and you say, I'm going to need something more like this, or you want to step it up a little bit, you can visually see the difference between a home care bed and a hospital grade bed. Now, the Versacare bed's probably the most reliable beds Hill Rom's ever made. I love those beds. Stryker is another company that makes beds. They've got a couple models here that I love. This is the Stryker Secure 3, probably the most durable bed made in the United States, and it's my favorite bed personally. Now, it has a rail system where the rails open up in the middle. I can close that, and I'll do that on the video, but you can basically grab onto that and use that armrest and basically assist yourself out of bed. Those rails, literally, I'm 200 pounds. You can do dips off of those things. That's how stable they are. In different comparison with the Versacare, those rails are going to drop straight underneath. So they're going to basically disappear. So there's a couple different thought processes on that. It really depends on what the person needs and what's best for them. But the Secure 3 is a really great bed. It has this rack right here. So if you want to put an air mattress on there, you can. Now, it also has what we call a nurse's station. So if you needed a scale, if there's other features that you would need, you would have all those built in. You can zero out the scale. And you've got chair position and Trendelenburg and different features there. But this is a really phenomenal bed. And the bed that came before it is the Stryker Secure 2. And this is also a great bed. Now, it's an older bed. It's a little more difficult to put an air system on the end of this just because if you put it on here, it's going to go over the top of this. And that's a little bit... You can make it work if you need to make it work. You do also have controls on all these beds on the outside rail and on the inside rail. For all these beds is for the person that's in bed. Some of them will come with a pendant. Not all of them do. A pendant, in layman's terms, is a remote control. So if that's a feature that you need, just make sure that you're clear about that before you buy the bed. Now, this is the Hill Rom Totalcare Sport 2 bed, but this is the bariatric version or the extra wide version. As I said, for specifications of hospital beds, all standard hospital beds are 36 by 80 inch sleep surface or 36 by 84. This one here is going to be 40 inches wide. So it's a wider bed, has a higher patient weight capacity. And we do have other bariatric beds that go 48 inches wide and have up to 1,000-pound weight capacity. So bariatric beds or extra wide beds are also available, but they're specialty beds and they actually don't fit in the showroom. Like, these are the largest beds that we can get through our doorways. So we do carry bariatric beds, but they're back in more of the warehouse area of the building. So if you're looking for hospital beds, these are some of the best bed models. I try to give people an overview and a visual of some of these different beds and get an idea of, some of the beds that are out there that if you're looking for long-term care, nursing schools, high levels of patient care, that you can get really good quality products. And we sell these. We're in Virginia, but we have locations in San Diego, and we ship and deliver beds all over. Like, we've got beds right now going to New York. We got beds going to Florida. We got beds going, pretty much all over the country. So it really doesn't matter where you're at. But if you're looking for hospital beds, these are some of the best beds out there. And, the reason I've got the sport bed in here is just because the Progressa bed is going to be a more expensive bed. The sport bed is going to be less expensive. But if you need a pulmonary feature, if you need a bed that sits into a chair, people with ALS, quadriplegic, paraplegic, that's a bed that if you don't have the money for the Progressa, you might look at the sport as an option. But, I always want to be, pretty upfront when it comes to reliability. And there's certain bed models not in here, mainly because I don't like them. I feel like they're not reliable, and I'm just not going to sell them to the general public. So this isn't every bed made, but these are probably the best beds that are out there. So if you're looking for hospital beds, give us a call, San Diego, California, or Richmond, Virginia. San Diego is 858-263-4894, and our Richmond, Virginia location, 540-327-7376. And we've got a couple websites, the number one, hospitalbeds.com, and then also we've got the hospital bed shop. So give us a call for more information. We can help you out. We can give you pricing. This is an overview of hospital beds and hospital bed models. We've got individual videos on our YouTube channel for each one of these beds. So if you saw one you like, go to our YouTube channel. You can watch more and subscribe, share, and thank you so much for watching our video. We'll see you on the next one.